string guitar. After midnight he performs on a tree branch stage. He is brave, he is outrageous, he is Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel. He will steal your heart and eat all your pecans. He loves cuddling in his fleece when bedtime comes calling. Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel, the cutest rockin' squirrel in the universe.
They're all messed up.
Howdy, gang, and welcome to yet another edition of They're All Messed Up. And here in a little bit, we're going to be talking about a couple of movies from 1972, Terror at the Red Wolf Inn and Three on a Meathook, which was apparently filmed in Louisville, where I live now. So, or at least parts of it were filmed in Louisville. We're going to get to that shortly, but I must be totally honest with you guys and gals. I didn't even think I was going to be going on tonight. I had a pet death today. It was a pet I hadn't had very long, and I'm still pretty raw from it. It was unexpected. The pet had been doing well, and as things happen sometimes, just passed away, unfortunately. So if I don't seem my usual extremely jovial and happy self, that is why. But one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and do this, They're All Messed Up, instead of canceling it until next week, was I thought it might be better to come on live and do something. And then if I have a few people in here, it might help me. I was even thinking of not going to the Skyline Drive-In this weekend. Darcy, come here. Because of the unfortunate event that occurred today. But in the end, I decided, just like I decided to go ahead and do this stream, that, Steve's already bought the tickets for us to do this. And, I think I need to get out, and I think I need to do something fun too, something that I enjoy. It's going to be a chance to meet Mark Price from Trick or Treat. It's a chance to see Trick or Treat at the drive-in. Hey, Gory Tiger. And so I opted, excuse me, and I told, of course, I had to tell Steve about the passing of my pet, which it was primarily, it was my pet. It was not one of the dogs. And Steve was upset, and upset for me, mainly because I was so distraught. I messaged him crying today. Hey, Tom. Um, and was just, just terribly upset because, like I said, the death was very unexpected. So any of you guys and gals out there that have had pets in the past or have pets now, you know, if you've had pets in the past, you know that eventually they do pass away, just like people. And, I think it's going to hurt at any time, but I think because this was so unexpected was what made it worse. So anyway, I'll quit talking about that. But I thought, I like to be upfront and honest and open with you guys and gals that come to my streams. And so if I ever seem a little off my game, that, I like you to know why. So anyways, and I'm also sorry that this is a little bit later. I plan to do it at, yes, Tom, time definitely does go by too quickly. For people, for animals, for everybody, it definitely does. But I have my Be Kind shirt on today. No, this is not one I made. But we'll get a few housekeeping things out of the way, and then we'll talk about these couple of movies and the deaths in the particular movies. Seems kind of odd that, passing of a pet, and I'm going to talk about death in movies, but at least these are fake deaths and not real deaths. But if you were here early enough, you got to see the little promo / intro for Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel, which is a character I created. He's a heavy metal rock squirrel who loves Ozzy Osbourne and is named after Ozzy Osbourne. And I'm soon going to be making a series of short little animated features, not like movie length or anything. They'll just be a few minutes long of Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel's adventures doing different things. So be on the lookout for that. That should be kid friendly if you want to, have your kids around when you're watching. And I know a lot of the stuff I do is generally not kid friendly, but Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel will definitely be kid friendly. There's going to be some t-shirt designs coming up here shortly that hopefully I can get my lazy button gear and get them on the site. So those of you that want a Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel graphic on a t-shirt, you can definitely have that. Other things that I've got available now are the Nighty Nightmares sleep shirts. Those are primarily marketed for women, but hey, who am I to say a guy may not want one, or a guy may not want to buy one for his lady, right? If his lady's into horror movies. Or I do have an Ozzy Osbourne design, and I also have a Driller Killer design, which the Driller Killer was from the Slumber Party Massacre movies. At least, Russ Thorn, the Russ Thorn Driller Killer was from the original Slumber Party Massacre, but I also have a Freddy Krueger one, a Jason Voorhees one, a Michael Myers one, and I can also show you guys and gals the Ozzy Osbourne design. Keep in mind that Ozzy is surrounded by of-age ladies. I just feel like I got it. I don't want any bad connotations associated with this. But you have Ozzy Osbourne. He's ready for the slumber party. He's in his black pajamas, and he's holding a pillow that said Ozzy came to my slumber party. So you can get that design too. These Nighty Nightmare sleep shirts will be $30 plus $6 shipping. And that's if you buy one Nighty Nightmare sleep shirt or 10 Nighty Nightmare sleep shirts. It's still a flat rate of $6. Now, how many places can you get that, right? All you got to do, and I will put my PayPal email address in here for you folks that might be interested in getting one of these. And these, right now, they only come in one color, which is the pink with the heather gray sleeves. And you can send your $30 plus $6 shipping to the PayPal email address I put in the chat. And just tell me what size that you need. And be sure to send along your name and your mailing address so I know where to send the shirt. I also have some Spooky Dog and Sebastian meat. I have a couple of designs available right now. There's more designs coming soon. One design is Spooky Dog meets Ozzy Osbourne. And I have another one, Spooky Dog meets Robert England. And if you want to get either one of those are $20 plus $6 shipping. And again, that's if you buy one shirt, 10 shirts, 15 shirts, 5 shirts, whatever you want. It's still a flat rate of $6. And please remember that I also do custom work on my horror shop site on the homepage. There's a handy dandy form on deaditesondeck.com, and you can tell me what it is you so desire, and I will try my best to make that a reality for you. Okay. And if you're wanting to do logos for your side business, a new business that you've started, if you're a friend or family member has started a business and you need logos, please tell me what kind of logo it is that you're wanting. If you want it on shirts or hats or whatever, tell me what sizes you need. And if you buy multiples of these things, I can offer you a discount on the items. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So me and Candace may be having a Friday Foolish coming up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I've just got to get final confirmation from Candace on whether she will be able to do it. She's just got to check and make sure there are things that she doesn't need to take care of family-wise. And if she okays it, then I will put up the promotion for it, thumbnail and all that stuff tomorrow at some point. Normally there would be a watch along on Saturday, but because me and Steve are going to the Skyline Drive-In in Indiana, I will not be doing that this week, but I'm hoping to do a Highway to Hell for our trip up to the Skyline Drive-In to see Trick or Treat on the big drive-in screen. And Mark Price, yes, that Mark Price that played Skippy on Family Ties, but he also played Eddie Weinbauer on the 1986 horror film Trick or Treat. And he's the heavy metal loving teen who gets picked on and is a super fan of Sammy Kerr, who's dabbling with the devil, he's dancing with the devil, and dies and then comes back, and he's not a nice dude. I'll just say that, okay? We also have Mr. Ozzy Osbourne in a short role playing Reverend Gilstrom. It's, if you've never seen this before and you love Ozzy Osbourne or you love Gene Simmons or you love both of them, because Gene Simmons of Kiss plays Nuke, the local DJ. So you got a lot of things that are fun about this movie. So if you've never seen Trick or Treat, I urge you to seek it out. Try to find a for free version, first of all. There is an HD version out digitally under the title Ragman that looks really good. And I also have the 4K that I think I'm going to take and have Mark Price sign. The word is that Mark Price is driving to the Skyline Drive-In, and he's bringing his dog. So I look forward to seeing and meeting Mark Price, maybe seeing his dog. He's going to be doing a stand-up comedy routine. So really looking forward to all of that coming up. And we're going to be taking Brink, one of our little dogs, with us as well up to the Skyline. Because apparently the Skyline Drive-In is dog friendly. I think it's because the owners have a dog or dogs. So I think that is it for announcements and housekeeping stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get to these movies before I lose the people that I do have in here. And I don't have a physical copy of either one of these movies. But, upon looking at this cover art and or poster for Terror at the Red Wolf Inn, which again came out in 1972, directed by Bud Townsend, there are only 4 total deaths in this. This is not a death-heavy movie. But this poster and cover art would make you think, oh man, this is going to be awesome. Look at all that. You got heads and hands and everything all on a table mixed in with food, right? Okay, I'll be the first to tell you guys and gals, I thought maybe I'd seen this movie before, but if I have, I didn't remember a bit of it. So it was all new for me. But I do remember seeing this cover art before. It's a bad movie, folks. Bad music, bad acting, bad everything. But it was fun. It was still fun to watch. And that is the important thing. So let's talk about these deaths. So we have 3 women that are decapitated and their bodies are cut up for meat. We have 1 man decapitated and his body is cut up for meat. And hence the total of 4 deaths. Now, the movie is only an hour and 17 minutes long, so it's not long at all. So we have this college student, Regina, who gets a letter saying that she's won a trip to go to the Red Wolf Inn, and she thought she wasn't going to get to go on vacation because you see her talking to a friend at school, and her friend is like, are you going to go away for the weekend or something like that? And she's like, no, I don't have any money. And then when she gets back to her dorm, she finds out that yes, she can go on a trip this weekend because she's won this trip to go to the Red Wolf Inn. So she arrives by plane, and when she gets there, she wants to call her mother because she didn't have time before the plane ride. And sadly, the phone's not working. And the old woman and the old man, I think, what's he call her? Evie or something like that. And then there's Henry. And they're an older married couple. Seem really nice at first, but things get weird really fast. The thing I thought was strange was that Regina does not seem to be weirded out by anything until more towards the end of the movie, because you have this young man that I think they call him Baby John, and he's the grandson of Evie and Henry, and he's a little weird. He almost attacks Regina with a knife when she gets up in the middle of the night. And there's other girls staying there too. And they supposedly leave. We've got Pamela, who is a model. What's her name? Evelyn or something like that, who is, I think she's basically a college dropout. I think she just doesn't know what to do with her life. And then there's Baby John. And there is Evie and Henry. So slowly these girls start to leave, and supposedly. But Regina doesn't catch on to anything. And you have a scene where Baby John pulls a little shark, like I guess a baby shark, out of the ocean and just basically beats it to death. He's like, he goes, shark, and he starts beating it all on the beach until its innards come out. And Regina's just standing there in shock, but she still doesn't mind kissy facing with baby John, even after he does that. It's just like, it's weird. But the movie was entertaining enough to keep my interest, even though, like I said, there's bad music, bad acting, bad, all of that. So as far as a rating would go for this one, I'm going to give it at least 3 deadites out of 5. Not the greatest movie, slasher or otherwise, that I've seen, but it was passable. It wasn't unwatchable. I'll just say that. All right. So moving on to the next one, which is a movie that I have wanted to finish up watching for several years now. That, like I said, at least part of it was filmed in Louisville, if not all of it. Now, Steve tells me he doesn't think the house, where the young man lives with his father, his mother is supposedly deceased, is in Louisville, which I kind of agree with him, but we got to remember that this is 1972 Louisville and not 2025 Louisville. So, so maybe the city wasn't so built up, and maybe this was just on the outskirts of Louisville, but I could be wrong. So Three on a Meathook also came out in 1972, directed by none other than William Girdler. And if y'all know anything about William Girdler, you know that he did a lot of these low budget jobbies. I think he did some animal attack films as well. Let's see. And I've not heard of any of these people. Even the guy playing Billy Townsend, the young man in here, or Charles Kissinger. That name sounds familiar. He plays Billy's dad in the film. But we've also got Sherry Steiner, Madeline Buzzard. I don't know if that's a fake name. Linda Thompson, Marsha Tarbus. Yeah, so it's the 1972 horror film written and directed by William Girdler and starring Charles Kissinger, James Pickett, and Sherry Steiner. It's supposed to be loosely based on the crimes committed by Ed Gein. So this also was William Girdler's second film. It was only his second film. I didn't realize it was just the second one. The film crew included the Asman brothers, with John Asman on sound, William Asman behind the camera, and film editor Henry Asman. They received funding from a local realtor named Joe Schulten, as well as cash from Girdler's Trust Fund. But I was trying to find the part where it actually says that it was filmed in Louisville, because William Girdler was considered Kentucky's maverick exploiteer. Let me see, because I wanted to give y'all some kind of background on this, because it was supposedly filmed in Louisville. So let me see if I can. Because, I mean, certain parts of it sure look like Louisville, like downtown Louisville and possibly the Highland areas. Okay, so I didn't realize that William Girdler died in a helicopter crash. He was only 30. He did do Asylum of Satan and Three on a Meathook early on. Grizzly was, and I've seen Grizzly. I really like that. In 1976, he did Grizzly. He also did the 1974 film Abby, which I've watched with Steve. He also did Day of the Animals, Sheba Baby, and Manitou. Um, it has a rule setting just, they say, just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. So I would figure that the house where Billy and his Paul live is outside of Louisville, Kentucky. It does have a bit of a Texas Chainsaw vibe. But I believe, though, when Billy is actually, walking the streets, that looks like downtown Louisville. Um, so if you want to see some little glimpses of 1972 Louisville, you might want to check out Three on a Meathook. So let's talk about the kills in this one. There are a few more kills in this one as compared with Terror at the Red Wolf Inn. So we have a woman that's stabbed to death in the bathtub, and this movie is quite bloody too, folks. So a woman stabbed to death in the bathtub. We've got 2 women shot to death. One woman's decapitated. A woman pickaxed, and a woman has a meat cleaver to the back near the end. So we have 6 total deaths in this movie, which, like I said, is more than Terror at the Red Wolf Inn. And I like this film better, not just because it was filmed in and around Louisville. That's interesting to me because this is where I live now. But even though it was kind of cheesy, low budget, I think the acting was better for the most part than Terror at the Red Wolf Inn. It had a little bit better music to it. And it was put together well. I think Girdler did a decent job with this film. So you have, the basic story is Billy picks up these 4 girls who their car either runs out of gas or stops working for whatever reason. And it appears that a storm is coming up. You never see any lightning, but it sounds like rumbles of thunder. And so Billy has been fishing and he sees the girls and he offers to take them back to him and his dad's house. And they were like, well, what about your mom? Because he says his pa won't mind. And they're like, well, what about your mom? Well, she's been dead for a long time. So he takes them back to the house, and his father appears at the top of the steps and, wants to talk to Billy. And he said, it's very ominous the way he says, you know what happens when you get around women, Billy, bad things happen. You get those girls out of here. And Billy insists that these girls are going to stay here. And he says, I am not taking them back at this time of night to the side of the road where their car won't run. So they end up spending the night. And of course, the first series of attacks happens. And we're led to believe by Billy's father that Billy killed them, but he can't remember killing them. So it's a little bit of a murder mystery. I don't think of it as really an Ed Gein type of story. I mean, there are some things about cannibalism and stuff like that, but I don't think it's a true Ed Gein story. Anybody that has heard the Ed Gein story would probably say, well, this might be kind of like it. But of course, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, films like that have been promoted as Ed Gein type stories as well. So, although not perfect, I was glad I finally got to see this in, completely watched it. because I have tried several times to watch it and keep falling asleep. Not because it's boring. It's just because I guess I picked the wrong time to watch it. But although it's not perfect, I will give Three on a Meathook 4 deadites out of 5. Because I think it's, well worth a watch. Now you can watch both of these films, Terror at the Red Wolf Inn and Three on a Meathook. You can watch both of them on YouTube. They're for free on YouTube. I would suggest putting the title in and putting full movie after it, but make it easier to distinguish from the trailers that are out there. Make it easier for you to find it. Okay. So I guess that is it for this edition of They're All Messed Up. I'm sorry if like I said, if I wasn't as, just seem excited and stuff. I really enjoyed talking about these movies, but again, due to the sudden death of a pet that I haven't had very long, again, it wasn't one of the dogs. I was a little shaken today and very, very sad. But I'm glad that some of you were able to join me for this edition of They're All Messed Up. Gory Tiger and Tom, thank you for keeping the chat active. For those of you that didn't feel comfortable being in the chat, but you were watching along, because I saw a few people popping in and out here and there, I want to thank you as well. And for those that didn't have time to come in live on the stream, but will watch it on the replay, I want to thank all of you as well, because each and every one of you are important. Whether you watch it on the replay or whether you're in here watching, or you're in here watching and you're in the chat. See you later, Gory Tiger. But I want to remind everybody before I get off of here for the night, there are several different ways that you can support me and the channel, and it won't cost you a dime. And you're probably like, well, how? Okay. One of the ways is by subscribing. If you are enjoying the content I'm putting out and or loving the content I'm putting out and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's absolutely free. Nobody has to know you subscribed. I don't even have to know you subscribe unless you want to tell me, right? Because generally I don't look and see who subscribed. I may occasionally, but there are ways that you could make it anonymous what things you have subscribed to if you want to. The only important thing is that you subscribe. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. That helps me get up in the algorithms of YouTube. I promise I won't come and try to minister to you or sell you candy bars and cookies or anything like that. You will be left alone to watch these things on your own, or to come in the streams and just watch or get in the chat. It's all up to you. Okay. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content I've got coming out. Hit the like button for things that you especially enjoy. If you like it all, hit the like button on every dang one of them, folks. Also, you can share with friends and family members my channel. Now, it's called Deadites on Deck, but my actual channel handle, the way people can find my channel, is with this handle at Evil Dead Chick 1976. Okay, so that's how you can get to my channel. And encourage them, if they like the content, to subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, all of that good stuff, folks. All of these things really help me, and they don't cost you a dime. They don't cost a dime to the person that you tell about. Now, if you want to join the channel, you want to give super chats, you want to, the movie roulette, I forgot to mention that earlier, but during any live streams I do, if you give a $5 or more super chat, you can pick any movie of your choosing for me to watch and do a review of. I did one last night for It Follows, which was a film channel supporter Menelec picked. And again, thank you, sir, for the very generous super chat. But for as little as $5, you can pick a movie of your choosing, any movie, any genre, and I will watch it and do a review of, and I will do that review on an upcoming edition of Movie Roulette. So just keep that in mind. I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys and gals about that earlier. You can buy things from the Deadites on Deck horror shop at deaditesondeck.com for the things that I mentioned that I don't yet have up on the shop site. You can send for the 90 Nightmare Sleep Shirt, you can send $30 plus $6 shipping to evil.dead.chick1976@gmail.com. That's the email that is in the chat right now. That's if you buy one sleep shirt or 10 or 5 or whatever, it's still a flat rate of $6 shipping. It's not $6 shipping for each shirt or each sleep shirt. The t-shirts, the Spooky Dog and Sebastian, Meat, Ozzy Osbourne, or Robert England, those are the two I have available right now. You can send $20 plus $6 shipping, and that doesn't matter if it's one shirt, 5 shirts, 10 shirts, 15 shirts. It's still $6 shipping. Okay. And those are all $20. So if you want one of those, you can send $20 plus $6 shipping to the PayPal email address in the chat. Let me know the size, the color. I can do all colors now, even black. I have a process in place for that. So let me know your size, the color that you need or you want, your name and your mailing address, along with the $20 plus $6 shipping, whether you buy one shirt, 5 or 10. Okay. And the sleep shirts come in one color, that's pink with heather gray sleeves. Those are $30 plus $6 shipping. And again, that doesn't matter if you buy one, you buy 5, you buy 10, you buy 15. And please remember, I do custom work, folks. If you have a side business or a new business you started, if you've got a friend or family member that's done that, and you need some logos, please fill out the handy dandy form on the homepage of the shop site at deaditesondeck.com. If you remember the name of my channel, you remember the name of the shop. And also the Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel, the logos. I've got a few logos up, and I hope to have those on the site here, the shop site, soon. But those will be $20 plus $6 shipping, whether you buy 1, 5, 10, whatever. Okay. But also there's some animated shorts starring Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel that will be coming up here shortly, as soon as I can start getting some together. Hopefully there'll be some more Spooky Dog and Sebastian little animated shorts as well coming up. So I guess that is all from me for tonight. Thank you, guys and gals. I love you all, and blast some Ozzy, folks. If you like Ozzy, blast some Ozzy. And as Ozzy had said many times, don't live in the past, live and move forward in the present, and never give up on your dreams, folks. Everything is possible. Just don't do anything illegal, right? So that's all I feel like I need to do that. I don't want somebody to say, well, Dana said on her channel, I could go out and do anything I wanted. Well, make sure it's legal first, but don't give up on your dreams, folks. And as always, I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday night, folks. When we get through Friday, it's a weekend. Yay. And I'll see everybody next time.